Hunting season has started to wind down, though deer season will be around for a while. But the weather will start to turn nastier, and there are some good safety tips for those wanting to head out hunting.
Hunting season for big game like elk and moose has wrapped up, but deer hunting will still be happening well into November. It means the weather conditions will be making the sport more challenging for hunters who need to dress for it.
Absolutely. I mean, spring and fall are probably the two most critical times as far as the outdoors. Particularly hypothermia is the #1 killer of basically ill-prepared people in the outdoors. And it's really important for people to be prepared for the cold weather and make sure that they dress appropriately for it.
Brendan Elias with Nunchako Outdoors is a hunter himself and says one thing is top of mind before he heads out.
It's always good to have emergency stuff in your backpack if you're walking out in the bush, especially now it's getting a little bit colder, so being well dressed and well outfitted, and always have an emergency contact. Let somebody know where you're going when you'll be home, and just so if you're not home for dinner, they know to come looking for you.
Unlike some provinces, such as Quebec, it is not mandatory for hunters to wear high-visibility clothing when out hunting in BC. In this part of the world, camouflage is more popular.
Yes and no. Depending on where you are, the hunting pressure changes. In a bigger city like Prince George, there's quite a few people that are out in the bush hunting. It is a good idea to definitely wear something that's visible. But in some more rural areas where there's not as many people, I think you can get away with wearing just camo.
But the Conservation Service says with so many hunters wearing camo, it is critically important for a hunter to know exactly what he or she has in their sights.
In the moment you pull that trigger, I mean, you're responsible for that bullet, where it goes. And I think that goes right back to Hunter Training 101, that they recommend and strongly recommend and urge people to use field glasses to identify their targets first before actually bringing their rifles up and putting their sights on their targets. And by doing so, I mean, at least you've made every reasonable effort to confirm what your target is.
Sergeant Rory Smith says the Federal Fisheries Act regulations require training before a firearm license can be issued, and that has helped to improve safety practices. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.